chubby guy in the red suit. That was a Coca-Cola invention because it looked more like a Coke can and you could sell more Cokes. But the original Santa Claus was terrifying. I don't know if you knew that. This has nothing to do with acting or acting, but he was scary. He would
kidnap children.
No, he would give you a slightly better than nothing gift, like a carrot. No, you give him carrots in your clog to feed his horse, and he might give you some trinket. If you were bad, his
had an assistant
who might also be a slave, I don't know, and he would kidnap you, and you would never be seen again.
Yeah. His assistant was
Schwarzbeats.
The name of his assistant was Black Pete.
Yeah.
That's the original.
Proud tradition of
the original
Christmas in the Netherlands. Yeah, it's weird stuff.
Pretty racist. Or auditioning for work. I would say out of all of the auditions that I do, auditioning is kind of a full-time job, and when it comes to voiceover per se, with all auditions, I don't know, I probably book, which means get hired, maybe like 50% of the time.
That's huge.
Which is very, very high. The number I think is they say if you book 1 out of 20 jobs, like 1 out of 20 auditions, if you get hired 1 out of the 20 times you audition, then you are doing extremely well. You are in like the top 10% of actors, because most actors audition, and then they get 1 out of, I don't know, however many. But the only reason why I say 50% is because I include anime in there, and I've been doing anime for a long time, and a lot of studios know me, so it's much easier for me to get hired. And so yeah, that's the only reason. If it was just the other stuff, it would be, I don't know, like 20%, I would say, booking ratio, which is actually also very, very good. So I don't know.
More bad news. The Screen Actors Guild says something like only 5% of their membership makes a living at it.
Yeah.
Something like that. So great.
So,
all right, here we go.
So just realistically,
follow your dreams.
And if you
It's
want
hard.
to be an actor, and a voice actor, I would suggest pursuing all forms of acting instead of just anime.
100%.
Because anime pays the least amount
Yeah.
of money. The least amount of money. I can't even stress how much little it is. It's also mostly non-union, which means that you don't get residuals. Do you guys know what residuals are?
No.
Okay. So for those who don't know what residuals are, is like if I'm a company, right, and I make a movie, right, and the movie comes out in theaters and whatnot, I make my money back. I paid all the people who worked on it. I make my money. It did really well. Great. But I want to make more money. So we take that movie and say, oh, I'm going to put it on DVD, right? And I put it on DVD and I sell a crap ton of DVDs and I make even more money, right?
What's the time? Remember
Right?
when there was a home video market?
Yeah. And then I said, okay, wait, I'm gonna put it on digital download. So I put it out there, a bunch of people download it, I make even more money.
Hey, producer friend, what if you sold it overseas to other countries?
Right, and I'm gonna have it play in theaters in other countries. Now I'm gonna make even more money. So the idea of residuals is each time I do something like that, and the thing about that is each time I do that, I'm not paying to make the movie again. I've already paid it the first time and made back all my money from that first time it was in theaters, right? So all of the people who worked on the movie and all the actors who worked on the movie, the Screen Actors Guild basically feels like, hey, that's not fair. Mr. Producer, you keep making money off of the work that our actors have done for you, and you just keep putting it on TV every few years, sometimes at reruns, you know, you're gonna make more money from that. If you do a re-release, you make more money, and our actor doesn't get to see any part of the profits. That sucks, that's not cool. So that's what residuals are for. Residuals mean that when the film gets kind of like released in another fashion, and residuals doesn't always kick in if it just gets released or put on DVD or digital download. It has to do well. It has to be like, it has to sell a certain number of units or a certain number of times. People have to download it a certain number of times before you get paid again. And residuals are not like, you get paid a percentage of what you got paid the first time around. So
It's less and less. So I got my first SAG job was Matlock, and sometimes I get checks for 11 cents.
And I've actually heard actors get checks zero.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's like I think what it is because it's generated by a computer system. I think maybe they make like less than a cent. You know, it's like 0.007, like 5 or 7 or whatever. And you get the checks. It's on a time. I think it's on like a time basis or whatever. So, anyways, I think what happens is it gets rounded down to 0, and it just automatically it gets printed out and mailed to you because it's all.
It's like one of those Superman 3 plots
It's
where
like
the
a-
fractions of cents get
Yeah.
put into an account. But except,
So yeah, it's fair. I mean, I've gotten residuals for like 2 cents before. It
Oh,
costs
that's a
them.
new low. That's better than me.
It costs them more money to mail that check to me than to keep it for the next time. So.
Anyway, that's that side of it.
Yeah. So in terms of anime, it doesn't make you don't get paid residuals at all. So that means that if your show is really popular, and even if it runs a lot, people buy a lot of DVDs, they do a re-release of the DVD, then it airs on Cartoon Network, then it airs, and it seems like a big hit, and you think like, oh, this actor must be pulling in bank. No, they got paid that first time, maybe like in the case of some shows 20 years ago, and they're not getting paid anymore at all. Even though the company could keep making money off of their performance, they're not getting any sort of payment. So